Hey everybody, the Vapeologist back here again with a review for the Storz Bickel Plenty Vaporizer. It's the same company that brought you the Volcano. Those are pretty big shoes to fill. I think the Volcano, despite its price, is without a doubt the finest vaporizer on the market, without question. So, fair or unfair to the Plenty, I'm coming into this review with some pretty lofty expectations. It's a bit industrial looking. I thought it was a Black & Decker tool. It's black and orange, all plastic, with some sort of drain pipe cleaner on the end. Technically it's a whip vape, definitely weird. Out of the box there's a heating unit, a cooling tube, and a bag of accessories. It's got screens, what they're calling a liquid pad, which is like a soft disc of compressed stainless steel wire, just like a Brillo pad but different, and a brush. There's also a plastic grinder included, and I'm sure that if Storz Bickel made it, it's probably ballistics plastic, but I usually use metal, so we'll see how this stands up after a couple of months. The laminated card is a nice touch, covering quick start setup and cleaning instructions. Just plug the unit in and turn it on. And again, like the Volcano, the Plenty's cord is a bit short. I'd really like to see a 10 to 12 foot cord on this thing. Use the guide on the card to judge your temperature range and set the dial accordingly and squeeze the trigger. This turns the heater on and you should quickly see the dial moving up. It'll only take about 60 to 90 seconds to get to temperature and it should be ready to go. While you're waiting, grind up and load your herbs into the chamber. Go ahead and use the liquid pad to fill the void if you only want to use a little. If you don't, the herbs will be able to move around inside the chamber and that's going to create large air voids, which will allow the air to move around the herbs instead of through them. The liquid pad can definitely also be used for liquid nicotine and herbal extracts. It worked really well for that, and the pad is absolutely flavorless. The Plenty forgoes the fan and bag system of the Volcano and is a direct draw device. Just squeeze the grip and inhale. You don't really have to squeeze the grip, but I always do just so that it stays in temperature range more consistently. I did notice that I would have to take a draw or two just to get the herbs up to temperature, and then the vapors were nice and thick. There's no restriction whatsoever to your draw, which I really like, but I found that it's best not to draw too fast. Use caution after you finish the chamber. The metal inside can be very hot, and it takes a few minutes for it to cool down. There is an auto shutoff on the heater with a forced delay, so if it does turn off, just squeeze the trigger and it'll kick right back on. It would be nice if they could add an accelerometer inside so that the heater knows from its movement to stay on or to stay off. The cooling tube does a very good job of cooling the vapors. The base is usually pretty hot, so be careful, but near the mouthpiece is always nice and cool. It's very effective. I like the rubber pieces that hold the tube to the mouthpiece and the unit. It allows for some flexibility. That being said, don't try and reshape this tube. It may look like it's flexible, but if you try and bend it, bad things could happen. I never tasted anything other than what I had loaded up, so they definitely chose good materials. I would love to see less plastic, but I couldn't taste it, so I'm not sure how much of the complaint that can really be. I would say it's nearly as effective as the Volcano, just not as foolproof. Like the Volcano, the Plenty's heating element stays hot for a long time and provides very consistent results. Whether you're a veteran or new to vaping, the Plenty has little to no learning curve. Other than having a short cord and having to pass one or two empty draws to really get it going, the Plenty performed as well as I had hoped it would. The effectiveness and purity of the vapors was excellent. It's got the same German standard of quality and build excellence that I talked about in the Volcano review, with a little bit more flexibility than the Volcano. It doesn't really sacrifice much at all. I would like to see some ground glass attachments come from Storz Bickel. I think with a ground glass one-way valve, the Plenty could be used with water pipes really easily. I guess this is technically a whip vape, and other than the SSV and DBV, I don't know of a whip style vape at this price range that I would recommend more. It's really a great vape that you would be proud to own. For additional information about the Plenty Vaporizer or any other vaporizer, head on over to vaporizersreview.com for more info.